All right, welcome to the distance, length, and angles portion of your GeoGebra tutorial. Now, whenever we talk about distance or length, we're talking about finding something that's from point A to point B. So we're going to need segments for that. So let's say we have a segment like this. And we don't actually need the axes for this, so we can get rid of them. Now, the nice thing about this is you can count how far it is from here to here. But we'll go ahead and use the tool. The distance or length tool is here underneath the angle. So we open up this and we see distance or length. And there's two ways we can use it. We can either click on the 2 points we want to know the distance between and it pops up. I'll move that. Or you can click directly on the segment and just a number pops up. Either way is fine. But what happens if we have something and it's at an angle like this? You can't really count from here, C to D. So this is where the distance length tool comes in play if we want to know the distance. So here we see that it's 7.49 and you can't really count 7.49. So distance or length tool underneath the angle, and you just click where you want to find the distance between. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of all this stuff. Talk about angles. Okay, we still don't need the axes. So the angle tool, there's a couple ways to make an angle, or to use the angle tool. One way to make an angle is to click on the angle tool, and you can click 3 points, and it makes an angle. And you can always move the parts of the angle around, and it'll change the degree measure of the angle, as you can see. You notice that the angle doesn't have anything going through it. So what we can do is we can make some lines or some segments going through it. So I'm just going to make some lines going through it. See that it changes. I'm going to add a couple points here. So that's one way to create an angle and use the angle tool. You will notice though that when you mess around with the angle tool, it can get frustrating. So I'll show you that here after I do this. There's another way we can use the angle tool. It's if we have 3 points already made or something like on a line here. So let's say that we want to create or let's figure out this angle. Let's figure out the angle that's right here. What we do is we click the 3 points that we want to find. Oh, and I did that wrong. Okay, there we go. So there we found what this angle is. And you notice you can still move the line around and the angle changes. What I wanted to do now is just show you what happened, the mistake I made the first time. The angle tool can be very tricky. You always want to be going a certain direction. You always want to work counterclockwise. Because you saw the first time I messed up. So if I wanted to find this angle here, I need to go D, B, A appropriately. Well, sometimes you pick the wrong way to go. Like if I go A, B, D, it tells me the angle all the way from here to around here, which is not what we want. So this can be a little bit frustrating and you will run into some issues with it, and it can be a bit annoying. But the more you work with it, the better you'll get. So don't worry there. Now there's another tool here We'll get rid of that line too. That we can use with the angles. And it's angle with a given size. And if we use this, it's just like segment with a given size. We can pick the size of the angle we want. So you click 2 points, and then prompts you to say how big do you want your angle. Well, let's say I want an angle that's 65 degrees. And then it gives you the option of it going counterclockwise or clockwise. Let's just make one going counterclockwise. And you'll see that from these 2 points, it goes counterclockwise up. Now, if I were to use those same 2 points and go clockwise, you'll see that it goes clockwise. And it's both a 65-degree angle, and you'll also see that it doesn't connect with lines, so you have to connect with lines or rays for it to truly look like an angle. So that is your angle, distance, and length tutorial. So go ahead and try a few of these on your own.